Hey there, Michael from Break a Pencil here. So today I'm going to bring two worlds of mine together. I've done it before in the past. I'm going to do it again today. For those of you who've followed along with some of my content, you might know I'm a huge board game fanatic. I've got a collection of about over 200 and some odd games. I love board games. I back them on Kickstarter. I'm always trying new ones. It's just a big passion of mine. And I'm a product manager and a product leader at heart. And so I'm going to bring these two things together. As a product leader, I've often run offsites, right? Once, maybe twice a year, you get the team together, especially when many of us are distributed, get the team together for a couple days. You do some team building, you do some strategic planning, you do a variety of different things. And probably one of the most difficult pieces of planning an offsite is like, what do you do that's social and a team activity and isn't just redoing the old, icebreakers or trust falls or trivia, like something that's interesting, fun, and even relevant. So here's the scenario that I'm going to walk through. So imagine you are the head of product. You're preparing for an offsite for your team. You want an evening activity that gets people thinking about the important parts of product management, prioritization, trade-offs. You want them socializing, but you want it to be constructive, meaningful. So normally your options are you buy some generic team building game, spend a bunch of time trying to customize it, or you just default to we're going to get drinks and hope for the best. So, but what if we use AI? And AI helps us not just create the agenda, not just help with the offsite, but we ask it to design an entire board game from scratch, create the playable assets tailored to my team. So this is part of something I've been thinking about called Audacious Asks. Often I see people use AI and they use it a lot, but they're mentally sort of capped at what they think AI can do. They sort of think it can do just sort of the very simple, straightforward tasks. And really the limitation is just our imagination. So we're going to do this in multi-parts. Today we're going to make the ask, see what comes back. And next time we'll come back through and refine it into something that the team could actually play. Let's jump in. So I've created this prompt that I'm going to paste in here and walk you through. I have a team of 6 product managers. 2 are very junior. 2 have about 3 years of experience, and the other 2 have 5 to 7 years of experience. Pretty typical. I'm preparing an offsite for us to do annual planning. I had an idea that I wanted us to play a game on the first evening to get us in the mindset. The game should be related to product management of a B2B SaaS product and the prioritization and resource decisions that product managers are always wrestling with. Can you come up with the idea for this game and then create all the assets? Okay. Now notice that it's not just make me a game, right? Where we're going to get meaning is I've given it some information about my team. I've given it some context. Let's see what it comes back with. Okay. Fun challenge. Let me think through a concept. Ship It, a B2B SaaS prioritization game. Each team manages a fictional B2B SaaS product over 4 rounds representing quarters. Teams must decide what to build, what to cut, and how to allocate scarce engineering capacity while responding to market shifts, customer escalations, and leadership curveballs. So far, sounds pretty accurate. Why this works. Junior PMs learn the trade-off muscle. Mid-levels get to practice saying no with no real consequences. Senior PMs get to mentor in game. Everyone argues about prioritization, which is the point. 3 teams of 2, pair a junior with a more experienced. Each team gets an identical backlog of around 20 featured or initiative cards with effort estimates, customer demand signals, and strategic alignment scores. Each quarter, teams get a fixed engineering capacity, an event card flips, a churning enterprise customer, a competitor launch, a CEO mandate, forcing you to rethink things. You score points based on revenue impact, retention. A debt clock accumulates if teams keep deferring. All right. Does this direction feel right? A few things I'd push back on. Team composition. I suggested pairing junior and senior, but you might get more interesting dynamics with homogenous pairs. Oh, interesting. Okay. What's your instinct? Competitive versus collaborative. I leaned competitive, but you could also make it semi-cooperative. Length, 4 rounds, probably 60 to 90 minutes. I like the idea of pairing junior with senior because I like the idea of sort of this experience generational discussion. So let's keep the composition as you recommended it. I also like the game to be competitive because I think that's where we'll get everybody involved. When we get to a collaborative game, I feel like some people might just sit back. And I'm definitely fine with 60 to 90 minutes with some discussion. So it's kind of a 2-hour thing we do maybe over, some food or something like that. So it's going to build a full game kit. It's going to build rules, cards, score sheets, and a facilitator guide. And let's see what it does. I would point out, creating this set of materials, if you were to do this on your own, for starters, you might not be able to think as creatively as right now Claude's thinking. And secondly, it's a lot of work. So let's see what it comes back with. Game rules. You are the product team at Nimbus Ops. $4 million annual recurring revenue, 120 customers, et cetera, Form teams. Phase 1, plan. Phase 2, there's an event. Phase 3, ship and score. Phase 4, debrief. So you've got capacity points. You review the backlog card, select which items to commit to. The effort can't exceed capacity. Then you flip over that quarter's event card. Okay. Scoring rules, revenue impact, customer retention, strategic position, tech debt. This is great. Key constraints. Capacity is hard. No partial credit. Tech debt is real. After Q4, each team totals their score across 4 categories, adds any bonuses, and then we get the winner. Look at the full backlog before committing to anything. Understand the landscape. This is strategy considerations. The full stack bonus rewards balanced roadmaps over one-dimensional strategies. I love that. Your partner has a different experience level. Use that. Debate is the point. We're trying to teach this idea of getting other perspectives. Here's our backlogs. I love it. Okay. Enterprise SSO integration, bulk import export tool. We have effort, revenue, demand, and strategy. So these are all the different sort of point, results, in prioritizing and completing these features, along with the levels of effort. So we've got all of these. Looks like we've got some tech debt as well. And we have some important retention as well. All right. So we have all sorts of different, items in our backlog to worry about each quarter. Events. All right. Q1, an enterprise whale. Okay. And then Q2, a competitor launches. Q3, we've got an outage and a churn spike. And Q4, we've got a budget cut. So this is excellent. So that gives us the sort of surprise, element of surprise. Here we go. These are the committed items, the capacity used, categories, and effort. So we can do the scoring. We can do scoring summary, tracking the tech debt, and then we total it up. Here's the facilitator guide. This is fantastic. Okay, so I'll leave this for you to take a look at on your own. You can click down below in the description for a link to this. But really what I want to focus on, or what I want to make sure I land, is that we gave it just a couple of prompts. And within a few minutes, we've got ourselves the beginnings of a really interesting game that we can play at our offsite. Because we dared to ask something as audacious as make me a board game. So it's a solid starting point. It's not playable yet. Next time, I'm going to show you how we iterate on this, how we fine tune it, how to take what's a very promising first draft and refine it into something that I would actually take and use on my offsite. I'll make the final version available for you to download. But in the meantime, if you want to take a look at this, by all means, click down below. Before next time, as your assignment, think about your own Audacious Ask. What's something that you've never asked AI because you thought, that's too big, or wow, that's maybe even too weird? Try it. You might be surprised. And let me know how it works out. If you want to get notified when the next part of this video comes out or any of my other videos come out, subscribe down below. And ways to contact me if you have any questions or want to reach out, also down below in the description. Thanks again, and as always, break a pencil.